Hey everybody, it's Erika Alexander. And one of the reasons I am so grateful for the opportunity to take over Hillary Clinton's Instagram page is to shine a light on the work many are doing to uplift and enrich marginalized communities. Meet my friends, married entrepreneurs, Blair and Brandon Dottin-Haley of the BLAIRISMS. I call them brand activists. Listen as they talk about the journey that led them to this moment and why they're so passionate about outfitting the resistance. I'll also be talking to them later on today, so check out their page and stay tuned for our live interview. Woo, 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 woo. Gotta love it.
So I'm Blair Dottin-Haley, born in New Orleans, shout out to the 504, grandson of Aretha and Richard Castle Haley. I went to high school in New Orleans, went to St. Augustine High School, the home of the Purple Knights. Graduated from Xavier University after going to Howard University and Xavier University. Being born in New Orleans, born in that tradition, it was inevitable almost that I would be a part of activism in some way. I actually moved back to New Orleans right before Hurricane Katrina happened. And so my family was severely impacted by it. We lost our business, the Learning Workshop. I went into a severe depression, got addicted to drugs, and spent 2 years kind of trying to figure out if I was gonna make it. I got myself together, told my parents I needed help, and they helped to get me clean. And right after that, I got an opportunity to work for an organization that was at the time called College Summit. It's now called Peer Forward, and you'll learn more about that later. And then I moved to DC, and a year later, met this incredible man. And even when we met, not only did we not know that we were gonna end up together, we had no idea that we were going to end up in business together and entrepreneurs in business together and sitting at the intersection of Blackness, queerness, and in business together.
I am Brandon Dottin-Haley. I was actually born in Atlanta, Georgia, and my parents moved up here to the DC area when I was about 5 or 6. So I grew up in Southern Maryland, Prince George's County. Shout out to Oxon Hill High School. Went to the University of Maryland, Baltimore County for undergrad, and then started working in business development and business management for fashion brands like Aldo Shoes, Steve Madden, and then Alex and Ani. I went on to wholesale, logistics, business development, account management for the Mid-Atlantic region, and have always kind of focused on business and business management as kind of, that's just what I'm really good at. Fashion has been a passion of mine, and it was interesting because I didn't necessarily see fashion as a thing that I would create, but a thing that I would always be a part of, as it's, you know, just a way of life for all of us. We always have to live in clothing. And so I was excited when Blair came up with the idea of putting messages on shirts, because I was, a little bit of me was. A lot of me was nervous and scared because, hey, you know, it was a whole entrepreneurial endeavor that we were excited about but scared about and had no resources to put behind. So we literally leaped out on faith and created an entire collection and a movement that was inspired by messages that are hopefully resonating with people and providing a space of healing and a little bit of joy and some laughter. And then of course we want to celebrate Black people and Black culture. That is ultimately what the BLAIRISMS is all about, is celebrating those things that we are, which are Black, queer, and people who are just in love with our community.
The first message shirt, there were two that we put out first that were quotes. Okay. If you're reading this, remember Jesus said, love your enemies, not to keep them around.
And never allow yourself to be weak for someone who doesn't make you stronger.
And then we put out what has become, I would say, the foundational quote of the BLAIRISM. It's one of the oldest. Don't forget to be your own inspiration. One of the things that we're excited about in our brand activism is a partnership that we are forging with Peer Forward to put Don't Forget to Be Your Own Inspiration on all of their student and staff masks and some of the other merchandise that they're doing. And so We're excited about that and some of the other partnerships that we have that are allowing us to use our brand and our voice and the expertise that we've gotten over the last few years building this brand to help others raise their voices, get their messages out, and hopefully lift people.
Yes. Audacity is one of the words of the day. It is by far the driving force behind the BLAIRISMS. It is one of the ways in which people can feel empowered to start their own clothing lines and their own brands. And it doesn't necessarily have to be clothing. It could be notebooks. It could be greeting cards. I mean,
BLAIRISMS is my testimony. You know, what it is, it's the lessons that I've learned through the trials of my life. We sent the Obamas an obscene amount of BLAIRISMs, probably like 40 or 50
it was us.
Pieces. We
that
sent
big
them like this
package
huge
of stuff.
It was so funny
us.
because I told Bay, I said, Bay, if we're gonna send the Obamas a package, we're gonna send the Obamas a package.
Yeah.
So we sent them, I want to say like 40 pieces of mugs and shirts,
masks,
and the whole nine. So
shout out
President
to
Obama,
Forever POTUS and FLOTUS.
Forever FLOTUS. If you got our stuff, we would love to see you in it, or, you know, holla back.
We are trying to outfit the resistance, and I want us to no longer have to have a resistance.
I want it to be said that I made people think, made people laugh, and made people feel loved.